time for the brother to introduce his tangy delight. Wednesday, 15:23:24 seconds, the year 2021, the month August, which is the 8th month. The day, 18. As the brother is learning to balance that which is in the head with that which is without, and remembering to catch the brother's self. When I'm too much locked inside, locked in thought, lost in thought, said the rich man's secret. Ken Tomlin? The fuck was that brother's name? Ken Copeland? What the flank was that brother's rank? Brother had a name. Ken Roberts. That was the brother's name. Ken Roberts. See how I got excited right there? Ken Roberts, and I tackled it in for the balance. That was the brother's name. That's the girl energy coming in now, and soothing that manliness to want to go over the board. And then that's a little too much locked in thought, and then that which is around me too needs to be addicted. As we're keeping the grounds green and the ocean fared floor on a Sunday's Wednesday's brown fire watch day, as we got fires to the south in the Dixie area now. Brothers and sisters needs to be updated on the Dixie around here. Now come on. This one's going on the record. This is YouTube. First time and many longs did the time that the brothers and sisters be bequeathing at their thirsted nature to watch Trade Jack. Well, seeing how people like to call themselves Jack these days, it's going to be Trade Russell. When these motherfucking fingers, dang, they got some swollenness to them. So the brother has to bring in some of the girl energies and say, sweeten up the tune a little bit, brother. Babies need to have some sleep. But that's also another way of saying within, without. The balance within and the balance without. The balance within and the balance without. The thoughts within the head, and at the same time, when all we're focused on is the thoughts in the head, and we're not grounding to the ground, that would be everything around us too, the outside world. So the thoughts in the head are like television. Seems like that's the way it would be as the wind picks up some gander. So, knowing that when the wind picks up gander, what is this wind? And could this wind be all the souls flying through the atmosphere, longing to get with the body once more again? And they rise to the tree's bending occasion. When you see the tree bend, you must know that the sails are being blown. Shall we say that again? For the sails, they're being blown. How the hell you blown a sail? So, even as I spoke the last phraseologies there with much enthusiasms, Excalibur expectations, and a host and variety thereof of different fucking pumping blood pressure to the whack-a jacks. Even though the brother did have. Did you see how that music came right in there now? Although the brother did have. Although the brother did have something. Something to relieve the pressures therein. Which would be the blood pressure results. From the latest physician, who knows what kind of story they were saying. Anyway, she says blood pressure is like, the fuck was it? 89/69. Can you imagine that, folks? Hey, what's that? No. Yeah, 69. Because 69 is the blood pressure, and the 89 will be the so you got the systolic and the antemlic, systolic and the atemlic. Whatever the fuck. You got the two different things. That's another way of just saying, for me, whenever I come across two different things, I immediately gravitate toward the storybook inside the brain that I programmed in there, which is different from the one that I grew up on and half the adult life from. That story is divided into two parts. The yin and the yang. So what do we call it? The blood pressure has two parts also. The systemic and the antillic. Which is basically a negative side and a positive side to the battery, to the generator. You know, if we apply that story to the two differences that we obviously are being told is going on through that stethoscope, and how do we know that that story is true? Has the witch doctors passed knowledge on down to the children to just tell the customer or the client or the patient anything? And if it looks like it got popular at one time to where all the citizens pretty much, relied on that one little thing, because word got around town, try this, try that, whatever it was. Anyway, basic idea, we're on two different things here. And that two different things is being with the outside public world, which is all the neighbors around here and the public bike path and the helicopters and the airplanes that fly over, and the people on the bike path with their bicycles or they're walking their dogs, having family outages. This is a storefront right here. Did you not know that? And this bike path back here is actually a streetway, a public streetway, just like any of the other streets, except it's not big enough for cars. That's the only difference. Are they only big enough for a bicycle? Or some type of small motorized companion thereof? Would you like a motorized companion thereof, folks? But anyway, and the physician says, move them, brother, move them, dance them around. And the natural body says, brother, if you take that thought to the next limit, I'm about ready to bitch slap your ass. And that's the big mama rising up. That's the body energy. One's the yang, the wang that cracks the whip for now in the society and the times and the current age that we live in. We are dominantly living in the man-controlled, ruled world for many centuries now, going back to the kings and the queens. That's like 1800 centuries, 1700 centuries, 1600 centuries, and the 500 years of the dark ages, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. That's a lot of fucking centuries. It's a lot of fucking centuries we've been ruled. And remember, You only need 10 centuries to have 1,000 years. So each century number is considered a 1,000-year block. That's 1,000 years, cycles. 1,000-year block, man. Some say we're in the Mayan calendar and all that shit. And that is actually the year 2000 starts here, or the year 3000 or 1000 starts here. And the other guy at the other university wrote another calendar. He says, "Fuck your calendar, brother. I got another calendar. I can convince some slaves around here and some people and all kinds of animals and shit that I got a good story." So that's how you get a university in a sector on the planet. That you get awarded a space to rule over. A university, folks. And now you'll understand how these universities got here. And how everything around here in this area is supporting that Roman Catholic Pope ruling is what's been going on in every province. That's considered, each one of these universities, folks, is considered a Vatican province, in case you did not know. I used to live up here in the Washington State province, and there's a university in Seattle. I guess it's called Seattle University, huh? Is it Seattle University? I got introduced. That's the first time I was ever introduced to anyone's province before. And guess who took me there? The good old ex-Jesuit Vatican priest, or wherever the fuck he was involved with, high up in the master's world of socialism, folks. He was a socialist. In fact, he was a social worker. In fact, I think that brother infiltrated my life out of the military when I was young and 18, didn't know shit. First time I was on my own, and there's no one else around but me, and that's it. No family, no brothers, no sisters, no friends, no nothing. Brother befriended a young 22-year-old. The old man, he's older, 20 years older than I am, so here I am, 22. He's 42 at the time. That's still prime working chickens. 42. I remember being 42, man. I was in the mill working down here, architectural mill, slinging wood out of press, fucking like it was butter. I'd have a sore back, but I was strong enough to lift the shit, get the job done, because the body was young and stronger back then. Anyway, we're talking provinces, folks. University provinces, Vatican-held strongholds. This is the top of the top of the top. The Vatican representation living right here, University of Oregon. And then you have another province inside Oregon State province. You've got fucking the Washington Beavers. That's another university province. So we watch the area over here. That's the Vatican main watch post right here, of whom we are closest to, except for the eugenics program. You got to barrel through the eugenics program. That would be the mind-controlled, Russian-controlled, mind-controlled, Russian-controlled area. Lane County is. I read the books, but don't believe me. It's all just a story. Russia. This is a Russian stronghold right here. And why the fuck was I born? Mother told me I was born in Kaiser Hospital in Bellflower, California, and it's no longer there though, because I went to go seek it out and they demolished it. But Mother told me that was a Russian hospital. And knowing, figuring out the computer matrix system, how we're all mind controlled, it looked very, very obvious to me what was going on now. And I was stuck in it, one of the robots. But I didn't realize that till after I put the lean in and I started studying more and more and more. What the fuck is this? I want to know more what the fuck's going on with this lean thing, man. Because I just knew enough just to say, yep, that's probably the way I need to go right there. Bam. Here it is. It was presented to me because I was thinking on it a long time. And wham, bam, out of the blue. Fucking mother of all people was studying Winston Shrout and I didn't know it. I didn't fucking know it till she kind of told me. Yeah, I kind of knew it. But I mean, I didn't know how far this woman was studying. And she was a deep digger, man. You want to talk about me knowing some shit? You should have listened to her because she used to live right in fucking Hollywood. Right down in that area. Not in Hollywood, but the general area, Los Angeles. You just call the whole fucking place Hollywood. Which she traced back to the Welsh Indians. That's what she told me how she traced it back to. That's where the Welsh Indians landed. The Welsh Indians, that's what she said. So I have to search more into historical values and figure out what kind of meaning does that have for me. I guess a pretty big meaning right now because all we're dealing with right now is the Hollywood actors, the fake medias, Hollywood Joe filming from Castle Rock Studios. It's all Hollywood fucking strongholds we're in here. So, you know, yeah. So mother not only learned the private maritime law, she also learned all the families and the names that were involved with spreading the grand hijack of the other U.S. American Constitution that got hijacked. You know, looking at what's called acceptable public auditing, you know. They pretty much accept for value anything that's legal because they can go look up the U.S. code or the state ordinance code and they could read it and they could say, huh, well, look at what we got here. I'm kind of seeing very clearly what's going on right now. Someone hiding something under their skirt. You know, because fuck, when I went to go start reading legal codes and shit like that and knowing the things I knew in private maritime law, oh my God. Any legal code can be interpreted any way we want, folks. But anyway, I could go on and on and on with that shit, but let's not prevail the video very long. Besides, I need a break from talking and shit because the fingers just need to rest. They're saying, "Pup, get you some weenie, bro." Anyway, later.